Hey there, Aries Sun, Aries Moon, Aries Rising. It's Maggie. Welcome to Moonlit Waters. Today we're going to take a look at the energy for the week of January 10th through the 16th. We do have Mercury moving retrograde on Friday. So starting on Monday, we're already in that storm period, that week or so before where Mercury is so barely moving it doesn't even count. So I really want to encourage you to slow things down. To act like Mercury's already retrograde. You'll probably be noticing it. To take the time to sort through action steps, action plans, but mostly watch out for trying to rush to get things done. The moon starts out in Taurus, and so there's no point in trying to rush to get things done anyways. Between the moon in Taurus and Mercury in storm, take your time. It is a great time to dig into the details over the course of the next couple of days, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, especially Tuesday from 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the U.S. There is a time zone calculator below. From 5 p.m. to about 2:30 p.m. on Wednesday. That is some beautiful energy for being very practical about taking care of things. It's not about initiating. It's about wrapping up projects. It is about doing like the detailed work of something. It's steady, it's slow, it's practical. You can be very, very productive with this energy. So I would say that Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday are highly productive days if you're willing to take it at a slower pace. So I would highly recommend that. The moon moves into Gemini on Wednesday evening at 10:08 p.m. And the moon in Gemini is a little confused, a little foggy, a little unsure of itself, and because it's trining that energy of Mercury that's getting ready to go retrograde, and Mercury rules Gemini. So I think you're going to find that especially on Friday, when that moon is going to oppose Mars in Sagittarius, and the outlet point is of the T-square, right? It's that T-square energy is actually Neptune in Pisces. I think that is just some really confusing energy. So watch out for that. That day in particular, Friday, that's the day Mercury goes retrograde at 6:41 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the U.S. It happens at 10 degrees and 19 minutes of Aquarius, and it moves all the way back to 24 degrees and 23 minutes of Capricorn on February 4th, and then it's still in that super slow energy for another 5 days or so. And it doesn't clear its shadow for a little while after that. And so there is this need to stay kind of calm and slow with this energy. But also I want to say look out for the liars. When there's all this confusion and Mercury and Gemini are all involved, they're storytellers. So watch out for what you're saying to yourself about yourself and others, and what other people are saying, because sometimes the biggest liars in our lives are ourselves when we don't want to look at something in a very practical way, or when we don't want to see the truth of a situation. So that is something to pay attention to. So I did pull a card here for Mercury retrograde. We'll get into that, about how to best use that energy. But I love what you have going on here this week. This is some super amazing energy. So you have, for your animal totem for the week, you have the deer. Love and be gentle with yourself. You heal with the power of love. See the light in all things and acknowledge your self-worth and your self-grace. This is being slow and careful and paying attention to the details, right? When you see a deer out in the woods, and I do see them, they stop and they look at you and they assess. Are you a threat? And I have a lot of wooded parks around here where they're pretty protected, and so they think you're safe and protected. But a couple times a year, they send the bow hunters out there, and the deer think it's not a threat. So again, there's this confusion, this energy. I can't believe they just showed me that. Okay, so there is a need to look out for. It is important that you love yourself enough to be on the lookout for the deception. It is also important that you, love is a verb. It's so funny because I did the weekly readings. If you're not over on Facebook with me, you really should, because I do a daily reading there. And love as an action verb actually came up on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in this Taurus energy. I can't remember which day it was exactly, but it says it was all about nurturing and taking care of others. So here we have the deer, we have the fawn, but see how alert she is? Pay attention to the details. Part of being protective of the people that you care about is having an awareness of what kind of things are going on, and then having the wisdom and the gentleness of the deer to have the conversations. It's gentleness, right? So then we have here the salamander. This is creative work and infinite wisdom. It's the alchemy, but it's also the end of a cycle to create a new cycle, because it's the I can't say this word right, Oreobus. It's the snake that swallows his own tail. So it is a continuing of a cycle, right? A cycle of recreation, a cycle of recreation of yourself. So as we're slowing down and we're going into this energy of the retrograde period, we have Venus in retrograde, we have Gemini in retrograde, not Gemini, Mercury in retrograde, paying attention to the details. And they're all retrograding over that space where Pluto's hanging out. And Pluto is about what do you release and let go of in order to bring things in. And starting next week on Monday, we have a full moon in Cancer. And Cancer is very tenacious and hangs on to things sometimes too long. And so where is it that you need to let go of in order to feel more nurtured and safe and secure? And so there's a need to be a little creative about how you go about doing that. If you do what you've always done, you get what you always got, right? And so a need to make some kind of a transition, a change, being willing to release and let go in order to create new opportunities to come in. Because that Cancer energy, when the moon gets into Cancer, shows up here big time. We have the security. Look at this. This is openness. That's a full moon, though. We have security. That is Cancer energy all over the place. Cancer feels the need to feel safe and secure and creates these boundaries around themselves, and they're not afraid to pinch you, right? They'll duck and cover if they can, but they will fight if they need to. But look at this. In the community, you have community, and you have these beautiful rainbow, which means there was a storm, and there's the transformation of the butterflies. So there's an opportunity here by being really open, by being loving and kind and caring to the people around you, that you can recreate some sort of a community through your kindness, your gentleness, your nurturing energy. So it creates a sense of security and stability around you. This is a week to look for where can you do that? How can you bring that kind of energy into play for you? So really, I think that when we get to Saturday or Sunday rather, a lot of opportunity for clarity. The sun and the moon. Okay, so the moon is going to be opposing Venus while Venus is conjunct the sun. There's a lot of clarity, a lot of opportunity. I'm sorry, the sun is going to be conjunct Pluto. So a lot of clarity about what it is that you want to transform and transmute in your life. What do you want to do, right? It's really beautiful. So Mercury. How to use Mercury to your advantage over the next. So Mercury actually, I really should have checked, but I didn't even think to do that. So right this second, so I'm going to quickly glance and see. So Mercury, okay, so Mercury gets out of shadow around the 24th of February. So between now and the 24th of February, you're in this energy of reassessing, reevaluating, redesigning, reconfiguring, reorganizing, all the RE words, right? Edit is not an RE word, but there's a really good one for this too, because it's the review process, right? It is the releasing and the letting go of things that don't work. It is the opportunity to shift everything around. And for you, the best way to use this energy to your benefit, you have the High Priestess. And the High Priestess says to harness your mystic power. So this is a time for you to reconnect with your inner knowing, to reconnect with Source, to reconnect with your own intuition. It is the third eye to the heart. You don't make the decisions down here. That's all stress. We don't want to do that. The heart, though, knows. And the third eye allows you to see. And if you have to make a big decision, choices, do I keep this, let that go? What am I doing? feel into that energy. And the best way to learn how to feel into that energy is you start with something you know the answer to. My name is Maggie. How does that feel? My name is Carl. How does that feel? For me, there's this higher elevated energy up here. Carl has this lower energy over here. I can totally feel the difference. This is how I, like when I'm driving and there's the traffic is all screwed up, which is going to be a Mercury retrograde thing for sure. And I'm like, oh my God, do I stay on the road? Is this going to clear soon, or do I need to look for an alternate path? And I feel into the energy. Does it feel like I should get off? Should I go this way? You know, and it feels like I should get off. I'm like, okay, I'm off. And then I'm driving, and then I get to a place, and I'm like, okay, do I go left or right here? Because a lot of times when I do that, I don't actually know where I am. I know which direction I'm going. And I always get home at about the same amount of time. So I use my intuition. You can use your intuition to guide you through a lot of things in life. You just have to learn to trust it. So maybe over the course of the next 6 weeks, you use this as an opportunity to go back to school of intuition, of your own personal intuition, to learn how to harness your own mystic ability and power, to learn how to trust your own intuition. I mean, what a great use of this energy that is much slower, because Aries, it is going to pick up speed when we get into March. So get stuff done while you can. Don't start anything new, but wrap up projects and do a little bit of spiritual development. Looks really good. All right, I am on Facebook every day, and I'm probably going to be on YouTube every day too, so you can find me all the time here. I did open up a membership portal. If you are on an iPhone, you will not be able to find it for whatever reason, I don't know. So on your computer or on Android, it's next to the Moonlit Waters. If you'd like to join, there's a couple of levels. The first level is, I really appreciate it. That is your financial support of the work I do here, and I can't thank you enough for that. But at the same time, I can't encourage you enough to take a look at the second level, because that's where all the bonus content is. That's where all the videos are. That's where the good stuff that I can give back to you for showing your appreciation to me. So I hope you'll check that out. And in the meantime, looks like you have an interesting week ahead of you, and Mercury retrograde looks totally fascinating. All right, I will see you guys soon. You take care.